Everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always ready to uncover something new.
Today we're taking a look at this fascinating story of Chidimma. She's a model.
Okay, a model.
Yeah. And it's just incredible. She went from facing some pretty tough setbacks to achieving some major international success.
Oh, wow.
We've got some really interesting sources, and the story takes some surprising twists and turns. So,
Yeah. I think it's going to be really interesting to look at this story. Um, so it all started with, actually started with Chidimma she was actually bullied out of the Miss South Africa Universe
oh,
competition.
wow. Really?
Yeah. And the sources don't really explicitly say exactly what happened, but they do really emphasize that there was like a xenophobic element to it.
Right. I think that actually brings up a really interesting point about like discrimination, especially in a space that's supposed to be all about celebrating diversity, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of makes you think like, how often does something like that happen?
And what's being done about it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Chidimma faced this horrible experience, but then you're not going to believe this, but she went on to win Miss Universe Nigeria.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
Yeah, right. And that's not even all. She actually went on to become the first runner-up in Miss Universe.
Oh my goodness. What does that entail? What comes with being the first runner-up in Miss Universe?
I mean, talk about a comeback story. It's like those who tried to bring her down just became like the springboard to her success.
Yeah.
And get this, she got a $100,000 prize
Wow.
and a rent-free luxury apartment in New York City for a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it basically is like all of this gave her the resources and the platform she needed to just launch this amazing international modeling career.
Right. And so that's huge, right? Like $100,000 can be such a huge help if you're trying to pursue modeling. Like she can travel, build her portfolio, she can connect with all the right people in the industry.
Yeah.
And having a place in New York, come on. That's got to be like one of the best places you could be, right? If you want to make it in modeling.
Exactly. So one of the sources I was looking at had this really powerful analogy.
Mm.
It said that sandpaper might seem to damage wood, but it actually refines and beautifies it.
Mm.
And I don't know, it really stuck with me. I thought it was so powerful.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, have you ever encountered any other metaphors like that that help you reframe like setbacks?
Um, well, this isn't exactly the same, but I always think about this Japanese art called kintsugi.
Kitsugi.
Yeah, it's Kintsugi. And basically what they do is they repair broken pottery with gold.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's more than just art. It's this whole philosophy that's about accepting imperfections and seeing like the cracks as part of the object's history, like it's part of what makes it strong, what makes it beautiful.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. It totally changes the way you look at something that's broken, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So for all of you listening, think about this, right? Think about kintsugi. Think about the sandpaper analogy. We all face setbacks in life.
Yeah.
How can you like reframe those challenges as opportunities,
Hmm.
To grow or to become even more beautiful, even stronger?
Yeah, that's such a good point because it really makes you think about how you react when things get tough, right? Like, do you let it define you or do you find a way to kind of like work with it, include it in your story, and come out even stronger on the other side?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I love so much about Chidimma's story. She did exactly that. And it really makes you wonder, what if we all started looking at these seemingly negative experiences as catalysts for growth?
Mm-hmm.
How would that change our perspective,
Yeah.
on all the challenges we're facing?
It could be huge. It could completely change how we see those challenges.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, it'll help us see the opportunities, that those challenges open up that we never would have seen otherwise.
That's a great point. Well, this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing.
See you next time.